Christmas Eve arrived, and the engines were gathered in the yard once more. "Do you remember," Sir Alf said to Herbert, "what Nigel said to me last year? He said, 'Stow it,' and I did." The A4 chuckled. "Nigel was a good engine, Herbert." "I know," Herbert said miserably, "but I just didn't expect. I mean, none of us did." Sir Alf smiled sadly. "Come on, Herbert. It's Christmas tomorrow. I want my driver to bring me a new shovel." "I want Nigel to come back for Christmas," Herbert said obstinately. The engines prepared for the night, and the last thing Herbert saw, before his eyelids closed with tiredness, was an engine waiting under the signal gantry, blowing off steam merrily. Soon all was quiet in the shed. No one stirred when a lone tank engine arrived, blowing off steam and backing into the middle road. Certainly, no one was awake when the engine's brakes, newly fixed, squealed loudly. A few hours later, Herbert stirred. The light was pouring in from outside the shed, intense and brighter somehow, with the white of the fresh snow. He looked to his right and yawned. "Morning, Nigel." "Morning, Herbert," Nigel grunted, dozing on the middle line. "Merry Christmas." Herbert closed his eyes to go back to sleep while Nigel snored. "Nigel?" He opened his eyes and looked right, jaw dropping as the other engines awoke. Nigel sat there, paintwork cleaned, a new cylinder gleaming on his left-hand side, his eyes closed and snoring gently. "Well, like never," Herbert the V2 said with wonder. Nigel, still dozing, smiled slightly. "I'll come when I'm called, and not before," he murmured, as the engines woke to find the Christmas present they all wanted standing there beside them.